rural areas is often faced with enormous challenges, and the deadliest among them are lack of adequate sanitation, which led to an often defecation and poor hygiene practices, which cause fecal oral transmission that affects rural dwellers with waterborne diseases. These people may not know the complications and causes of the spread of the diseases such as diarrhea, typhoid, cholera, polio, and hepatitis commonly within their localities. Therefore, their behavior must be changed for them to be free from the epidemic. Saddled with the responsibility of tackling the adversity in ZAMFARA State is the Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency. September 2016, Honorable Dr. Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar, the Executive Governor of ZAMFARA State, approved the appointment and confirmation of a sociologist, a career humanitarian, a certified hygiene promoter, a community-led total sanitation master trainer, and a facilitator of various community management trainings, Alhaji Yaro Sani Gurbin Ore, as the program manager of RUWATSA, just to welcome the DFID UNICEF-funded Sean 2 project in the state, as his wealth of experience is highly needed to manage such an important project.
It is during my position or having been the head of the agency, this program has come into the state, which is called Sean 2 project, sanitation, hygiene and water in Nigeria.
With Sean 2 project at hand, the pressure was on, but the humanitarian instinct in the RUWATSA staff made them see no difficulty in discharging their responsibilities.
Actually, it wasn't an easy task, but thank God, I believe I have all the specialized head of departments that are very sound, educated enough to make meaningful contribution.
It's not hectic because if it's something that you are willing to and you want to assist your people from gaining the support from whichever donor that is coming to them, which may be with the help of the state government and the donor agency. I don't think there's any hectic.
We have never encountered any much problem because our people are understandable as they receive the program with two hands.
My duty is easy because as much as if you enter the community, you take yourself as they are. You don't show them you are somebody. You do your duty successfully.
The agency was established in March 1999 with a specific mandate, but the counterpart funding to the Sean 2 is Governor Yari's response to the need of the common man, as well as for the behavioral change of the local communities in ZAMFARA State.
By the mandate of the agency, we are to cover all the 14 LGAs. But for the purpose of this project that I mentioned, Sean 2, we started with the first 3 selected, that is Birnin Magaji, Talata Mafara, and Safi.
Government, I understand there are limitations in every government in the world. They have limitations. They cannot do everything, but they are trying their best, and development partners, including UNICEF, are supporting them a lot.
Hopefully, there are many difficulties and challenges in the rural life, such as infections from waterborne diseases resulting from inadequate sanitation and poor hygiene.
There is open defecation in anywhere in every community in Zapeloha Gama. Some are defecating outside, children are defecating very close to their houses.
We have found ourselves in very serious situation of diseases. Before the intervention of UNICEF, we are having dams of refuse and we are drinking water from river. The situation of our community is disturbing before the intervention of water because everywhere is open defecation. People are fetching water without cover.
The number of communities at higher risk level covered during the baseline data collection in Safe have shocked Nicholas Ikani.
We look at the high risk, middle risk, and low risk. Out of the 331 came in at intervention period, 312 communities were at high risk. But when we came on board, we discovered there were high rates of sanitation and water-related diseases, ranging from cholera, diarrhea, dysentery, there were typhoids.
What could possibly be the causes of such a potent danger faced by local communities around?
Even before the intervention, we used to clean our environment. But when RUWATSA came, they straightened us. Some houses have toilets with no cover, but majority doesn't have.
Before now, we are drinking our water in this river and others like this region and inshallah.
To gaskiya da lokacin da muna tanda inda muka san ruwan da muka sha gaskiya mu ma dole ita muna sha su don ruwan gaba.
Honestly speaking, the water we used to drink are from river and very contaminated. Even myself, when I drink the water, I would feel like vomiting, but I have no option.
Before the UNICEF come here, our people, they get diarrhea, vomiting, malaria, and whatever.
What are the measures taken to address the disturbing situation?
We are convincing them through these CLTS techniques. We used to trigger them and they will comply.
They will be triggered. They will come up with ideas themselves to build toilets in their homes, to stop open defecation, and they will give us time to go back to the community and see ourselves and check the houses that build toilet.
Before we can provide water to any community, they must have reached a certain status, which we call ODF, open defecation free. That means if the communities has improved their sanitation, no open defecation, it means they have a good environment. When you provide water, safe water, it will not be contaminated.
RUWATSA, in collaboration with the donor agencies, piloted the intervention in 3 selected local government areas of Zamfara state. Is there any hope for other local government areas of the state?
As a result of the response by the state government in terms of counterpart funding, the donors has agreed to give us additional 3 LGS, which we have selected Maru, Bakura, and Shinkafi.
In December 2016, Governor Yari released the counterpart funding of the 400 million naira second tranche to meet the requirements of the donors, and this prompted to the completion of the ongoing projects as well as the commencement of new ones. Communities from these 3 newly selected local government areas have just begun to see what it takes on often defecation-free ODF, as their turnout compliance are expected to yield results.
Just the beginning. So before, people are defecating openly, but now as we trigger them gradually, we inform them about the consequences of the open defecation. So they now turn to ODF a lot of the communities.
Still, inshallah, the market town, nobody can make toilet outside. The UNICEF, you give us good advising and enlighten to sanitation of this town.
I am very happy to see this activity coming in our town, in our area. That sometimes that some but just ask somebody, why can't let's use go inside our town? Our town is a big town. Only to carry on some small community. But now I see yourself into our area. I'm very happy on this.
RUWATSA, in collaboration with the donors, responded in kind to the appreciable compliance by the newly triggered communities.
So as you can see, this is another property for the hand pump installation that we received from RUWATSA agency in collaboration with the UNICEF DFID.
I think I will need to also talk about the projects that are ongoing, the water and sanitation project. And you can see with the all the ones that we saw, the water facility and the sanitation, which is right behind me here. They are in progress. We have 26 water projects that are ongoing in the 2 wards. In 2020, they are going to happen in 26 communities.
The beauty of this collaboration is that the intervention has yielded a lot of results to the government and the benefiting communities. It saves costs from the government part since the cost-sharing formula is 50-50 between the donors and the government, and the project will now become accessible to rural dwellers.
This is a situation, somebody is coming to your house asking you to give you only 50% out of the total cost of the expenditure you are expected to deliver. So you see, it complements government effort in providing social amenities to the rural communities.
To achieve the desired results at both the piloted and the newly selected local government areas, RUWATSA, through its WASH units at local level, must work in close ties with traditional institutions for the fact that they command enormous respect from the locals.
Who are the real powerful person to whom people listen to? And if you look historically, it is the traditional institutions to whom people respect, to whom people listen to. So that's why we identify the traditional institutions to a key institution who can make really the change on the ground in terms of community engagement and community mobilizations.
When the program came to us here in Shedia, we are all very happy. We have benefited with at least 26 number of boreholes.
Akwai murtsaci wajen kusan 36 a wannan lokacin, amma 24 din na kasar ce daya akai su.
To da waga kungiya ta zaka ta sallama mu mun kaji dadin zakkuwarta. Mu ku ta tsayi.
When the program came, we have stopped upon defecation.
Mun ka samu muke waye muna nuna musu cewa inda za a yi abayi ne.
From the commencement, RUWATSA is going head-to-head with a designated chain of communication which is responsible for delivering the services.
At the state level, we have this agency. At local government level, we have a unit. The unit is headed by the coordinator. So when you go down at community level, we have this WASHCOM structure that we call water, sanitation and hygiene committees. They are established to run the activities of water, hygiene and sanitation. Also, we have similar structure in primary schools where we have the environmental health clubs so that they can be able to manage the facilities we provided in schools.
We have started by triggering, then we take long because there is pest monitoring supported by the UNICEF, there is second, there is third, there is fourth, there is fifth, and there is verification. Then there is certification, that is number 6.
So aikan da suka gudanarwa shine kamar irin karanta da ita WASHCOM ta na
They have trained us on how to sanitize our environment.
tsaftace muhalli na waje da kuma na cikin gida.
Muna shiga cikin gidaje muna faɗakar da su.
We used to go house to house to educate our colleagues on the importance of personal and environmental hygiene. We also train our children on how to wash their hands after using toilet or before eating food.
Suka wayar da kanmu cewa mu tsaftace muhalli, mu yi makashi wurin zama, mu gina mashi wurin kwana.
With the intervention of RUWATSA, we were enlightened on how to stop open defecation, ensure cleanliness of our water, and now we are beginning to stay healthy.
Domin mu samu tsaftar muhalli da ingantacciyar lafiya.
Tun da UNICEF ɗin nan ta shigo, tun daga
With the contribution of UNICEF, many toilets were constructed by youth volunteers in our community.
a kyauta ma suke yi ba kuɗi ake ba su ba.
Our duty in Mubangala community, every day we advise the people to sweep their houses, always. But the UNICEF come here, they advised us to clean our village and we get clean water from them.
The outcome of the community-led total sanitation CLTS as a process through which communities are being triggered and monitored is always the determining factor for the intervention to take course or otherwise. During intervention, water safety plan give the community a mindset that once water is contaminated, it affects the health. Hand washing is of course another area of concern and the simplest and cost-effective means of addressing fecal oral diseases caused by hand contamination. Public-Private Partnership (PPP) is also a new package brought in to address the issues of open defecation by identifying private entrepreneurs to construct private latrines in public places. Sensitization trainings at various interactive levels between RUWATSA staff and the benefiting communities have proved to bring the intended behavioral change to the latter as their hygiene and sanitation behavior has evidently changed and their health condition has impressively improved. As a wash consultant in Safe and Maru, Nicholas Ikani knows all too well.
Health risk has actually been reduced to the barest minimum. I can give you a specific story of what happened at Angwa Ango in Safe local government, where a medical practitioner in his dispensary was there treating cholera, different types of diseases. But when we came up with their intervention and when we brought in Hampon borehole to the community, all of this reduced and the man had to pack away. And that is a success story to us. And it is applicable to every other places.
We have stopped recording illness associated with diarrhea since we start practicing water safety plan in our community.
It is hardly now to go into our houses and found dirty, talk less of open defecations.
Water is life. Water is the basic necessity of life because no living being can survive without it. Yet, water is not just water but safe for drinking. Wash intervention has brought significant changes in area of water supply and over 1,130 communities from the 3 pilot local governments are already taking home safe drinking water, while more are set to benefit.
In Safe, we have 333 communities based on our baseline data. And all these 333 communities in Safe were triggered. We have another in Talata Mafar, we have 595, which presently we were able to cover 507 as triggered communities. Then Birnin Magaja has 291. We have covered all the 291. Still part of what you have received in the last counterpart funding release. We still have the ongoing construction in the new LGS. Our 78 water facilities is being provided, and we are providing access to water and sanitation in 15 primary schools, and 6 health facilities in the new LGAs.
The partnership with the donors is not only in constructing new facilities, it also includes rehabilitation of the existing water facilities such as hand pumps and solar schemes. ZAMFARA State, through Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency RUWATSA, became the first state to operate a technology called Force Lift, the idea which was started by India. The understanding and appreciation level of this program from the part of the community is of course immeasurable.
First of all, we thank Almighty Allah, and we also thank the Governor Abdulaziz Yari for supporting this project that benefits our communities.
We thank God and thank state government and UNICEF. Kuma just I greeting them all.
Sincerely speaking, we are very grateful to state governments, UNICEF, and anybody that helps in these projects.
And they have resolved to perfectly give financial contribution for the maintenance of their facilities.
Financial contribution to maintenance of this solar, we have a club. We gather, we and our children, and gather 5 or 10 naira. Then our eldest gather 50 naira for volunteers for this, for repairing of this solar.
Women are contributing financially to anything that concerns UNICEF projects in this community.
From the initial stage of the intervention and through various trainings, the beneficiaries had been taught a concept called village level operation and maintenance. It is how they were made to know that the facilities belong to them. Therefore, it is their responsibility to manage them properly. How often ready are these communities to take charge of the project after the interventions?
We have already empowered the LGS and the community and the artisans that we have gone for training for hand pump materials, hand pump, so that we train them, we give them the tools. Any time when their borehole break down, they should go and repair it.
Even if there is no any intervention from any quota again, we were trained and we shall sustain the projects.
To measure the acceptance from the beneficiaries and their level of response to the program, some communities came up with punishment for open defecation offenders.
We have established laws that anybody found defecating outside will be punished. The fine begins from 500 naira, depending on the situation, as it will serve as deterrence to others not to defecate outside. Whoever defecates in an open will be punished accordingly.
Workers and partners of RUWATSA are happy with the government's prompt release of counterfeit funding as at when due.
We have to thank His Excellency, the Executive Governor of this state, for intervening, for giving us the contract fund of 400 million for the 2017 year. We thank him very much.
I would like to commend the ZAMFARA state government. They've done greatly to elevate their people from the poverty line, if I may say.
I must commend the effort of Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar, our governor, for funding this program, because given counterpart funding makes this program to be in ZAMFARA states. Without giving any counterpart funding, we know our people will not benefit from this program.
I need to show my appreciation to the UNICEF, state government and my local government for the counter-funding given to the project, because without counterfunding, the project cannot take place actually.
From the documented agreement between the donors and the government, the lifespan of the program is 4 years, which is due to end by November 2018, with a possibility of extension if only the state fulfill its own part of the bargains. Thanks to the confidence given to the donors by the ZAMFARA State Executive Governor, Honorable Dr. Abdulaziz Yari.
DFID was here for their annual evaluation. The team leader, Mel Kamesh, who is the team leader of the DFID review team at that time, she made a remark which has really uplifted me and uplifted our executive governor. He promised them that he will make a release of 2017 funding by 20th December. And on that very date, His Excellency has fulfilled his promise, which they were very happy. They always applaud this decision of His Excellency.